Have you ever felt that knot in your stomach? That voice in your head telling you can't do it? Well, this is a story about a young man who heard that voice every single day.
His name was Adam Carter.
Adam was a brilliant student at Riverdale University, acing every exam and paper. But he had a secret, a crippling fear of public speaking.
The mere thought of standing in front of a crowd made his palms sweat and his heart race.
He was a master of the written word, but a prisoner of his own silence. One crisp autumn morning, the charismatic Professor Lee made an announcement that sent a ripple of excitement through the lecture hall. It was time for the annual public speaking challenge. The prize, not just a trophy, but the honor of representing Riverdale University at the national finals. For most students, it was a thrilling opportunity. For Adam, it was his worst nightmare come to life. He tried to shrink into his seat, hoping to become invisible. But someone saw him. His best friend, Sarah, who knew him better than anyone, leaned over. She didn't see the fear in his eyes. She saw the potential locked behind it. "Adam, you have to do this," she whispered, her voice full of encouragement. "This is your chance. Not just to win, but to challenge yourself, to finally break free." Her words were a spark in the darkness of his anxiety. He argued with her, listing all the reasons he would fail. But Sarah just smiled. "What's the worst that can happen? You stumble. Who cares?"
The real failure is not trying at all. Her words echoed in his mind for the rest of the day. Could he do it? Could he face his deepest, most paralyzing fear?
That evening, with a trembling hand and a heart pounding like a drum, Adam walked over to the sign-up sheet pinned to the department bulletin board. He took a deep breath, picked up the pen, and wrote his name. Adam Carter. In that moment, he wasn't thinking about winning. He was thinking about fighting. This was his declaration of war against the fear that had held him captive for so long. The weeks leading up to the competition were a blur of preparation. Adam spent countless hours in empty classrooms, in front of his mirror, and even reciting his speech to Sarah's patient cat. He wrote and rewrote his speech, not about a complex academic topic, but about something he knew intimately. The battle within. He practiced his breathing, his posture, his eye contact. There were days when the fear was so overwhelming, he wanted to quit, to erase his name from that list. But every time, he remembered Sarah S.'s words and a new mantra he had adopted for himself. Bravery is more important than perfection. The day of the competition arrived. The auditorium was packed. As Adam's name was called, a wave of nausea washed over him. He walked onto the stage, his legs feeling like jelly. The bright lights blinded him, and the sea of faces blurred into a single, intimidating entity. He gripped the lectern, his knuckles turning white. His voice trembled as he spoke his first few words. He could hear his own heart hammering against his ribs. He faltered. His mind went blank, and for a terrifying second, he thought he was going to freeze completely. But then, he looked out and found Sarah in the crowd. She gave him a small, reassuring nod. He took a deep breath, just like he had practiced, and started again. This time, he didn't just recite his speech. He lived it. He spoke of the invisible chains of fear, the internal battles we all fight, and the quiet courage it takes to face them. His voice grew stronger, more passionate with every word. He wasn't just a student giving a speech. He was a warrior sharing his story. He wasn't perfect. He stumbled a few times, but he was real. He was raw, and he was brave. When he finished, a profound silence hung in the air for a moment, followed by a single clap, then another, until the entire auditorium erupted into a standing ovation. The applause washed over him, not as a sound of victory, but as a sound of connection. In that moment, Adam understood. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's looking fear right in the eye and taking that next step forward anyway. He didn't just win a competition that day. He won back a part of himself he thought was lost forever. The transformation in Adam was remarkable. The shy student who once hid in the back of the class was gone. He became more confident, more outgoing. He joined the debate club, actively participated in class presentations, and even started a small support group to help other students overcome their own public speaking anxieties. He learned that his greatest victory wasn't the trophy on his shelf, but the freedom he found by confronting his fear. His story became a quiet legend at Riverdale, a reminder that the most important battles are the ones we fight within ourselves, and that conquering your own fear is the greatest victory of all. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiration. See you next time!